Let me describe a moment that probably feels familiar. It's Friday evening, you just finished a long week, your body is in your car, but your brain completely drained. Cooking sounds impossible. You open Uber Eats, $40 later, food, fees, tip, dinner is handled. You pour a drink, you sit down, you scroll, you tell yourself, I deserve this, I worked hard. But what if I told you that $40 dinner didn't just cost $40? What if I told you that your $30 an hour job might actually be paying you closer to $10 or even less? And once you see the real number, you'll never look at your paycheck the same way again. Section 1. The Salary Illusion. We're taught something dangerous from a young age. Your value equals your annual salary. $60,000 a year? Respectable. $80,000, you're doing well. Six figures, you made it. But in business, no serious company looks at revenue without expenses. If a company makes $1 million but spends $990,000 to operate, it's barely surviving. Yet when it comes to our own lives, we look at gross income and ignore the cost of earning it. That's the trap. Because you are not just earning money, you are running a business. And the product being sold is your time. Section 2. The Real Audit. Let's run a realistic example. Imagine someone earning $65,000 per year in the U.S. That sounds like about $31 an hour. But that number is fiction. First, taxes. Federal tax, state tax, Social Security and Medicare. That $31 quickly drops to something closer to $23, $24 per hour in take-home pay. But that's just the beginning. Now we subtract what I call the cost of working. These are expenses you only have because you have a job. Gas, insurance, maintenance, or a monthly train pass. Work clothes, dry cleaning, eating lunch out because you're too busy to cook, $6 coffees to survive the 2 p.m. crash. And here's the big one, convenience spending. When you're tired, you pay for speed, food delivery, house cleaning, impulse Amazon purchases, not because you're irresponsible, but because you're exhausted. Then comes decompression spending, Friday drinks, weekend shopping, quick getaways because you need a break. Money spent to recover from the stress required to earn the money. Add it all up, and that $65,000 lifestyle might realistically leave you with something closer to $35,000 to $40,000 in actual usable value. But we're still not done. Section 3. The Hidden Time Factor. Wage is not just money, it's money divided by time. And this is where the math gets uncomfortable. HR says you work 40 hours per week, but do you? Let's count it honestly. Getting ready in the morning, commuting, sitting in traffic, lunch breaks you can't actually use freely, answering Slack messages after dinner, thinking about work on Sunday. That's unpaid labor. It's time mentally and physically committed to your job. For many people, that 40-hour job quietly becomes 55 or even 60 hours per week when you count everything. Over a year, that's close to 3,000 hours dedicated to employment. Now divide your real net income, say $38,000, by 3,000 hours. Suddenly, your $30 an hour job looks more like 12, maybe 10. In high-cost cities, even lower. And that changes everything. Section 4. The Psychological Shift. Here's why this matters. Once you calculate your real hourly wage, price tags start translating differently. A $120 pair of shoes? That's not $120. That's 10 hours of your actual life. 10 hours of commuting, meetings, deadlines, stress. Is that pair of shoes worth a full workday? Sometimes maybe, but often no. This idea was made popular in the book Your Money or Your Life, and it forces you to see spending differently, not as dollars, but as life energy. Section 5. The Promotion Trap. Now, let's talk about something even more dangerous, the raise. You get offered a $10,000 promotion. Sounds amazing. But now, you work longer hours, you order takeout more often, you upgrade your wardrobe, you're more stressed, you feel pressure to upgrade your car or apartment. Your income rises, but so do your expenses and your time commitment. It's possible, very possible, for your real hourly wage to go down after a raise. You're processing more money, but keeping less of your life. That's the golden handcuff effect. Section 6. The compound interest leak. There's another hidden cost here. Every dollar spent because you're tired is a dollar not invested. Let's say you spend $5 per workday on coffee because you're exhausted. That's roughly $1,200 per year. Invested at 7% for 30 years, that's over $100,000. It's not about coffee, it's about opportunity cost. Small convenience habits quietly delay financial freedom. Section 7. So what's the solution? This is not about quitting your job tomorrow. It's about optimization. Start thinking like a business owner. Businesses don't just increase revenue, they improve margins. Your margin is money left over and time left over. Ask, can you negotiate remote work twice a week? Can you meal prep on Sunday? Can you move closer to work? Can you reduce appearance pressure? Can you cut one decompression expense? Every dollar removed from work-related cost is pure profit. Every hour reclaimed is freedom. Section 8. The Weekend Exercise. Here's what I want you to do. This Sunday, when your mind is clear, sit down and calculate your after-tax income, your yearly work-related expenses, your total time commitment. Divide your real income by your real hours. Write that number down. That's your true wage. Then ask yourself, is how I'm spending aligned with that number? That single calculation can change your financial life more than any budgeting app. Ending. Powerful close. We live in a world obsessed with income, but the wealthy focus on leverage and margin. Time is the real currency. Some people buy it. Most people sell it cheaply. Don't sell yours at a discount. Audit your life, increase your margin, and start treating your time like the limited asset it truly is. If this made you rethink your paycheck, hit subscribe, because next we're going to talk about how to systematically increase your real hourly wage without burning out. I'll see you in the next one.